Welcome to InventorCam Professor. I'm Sydney, your InventorCam Professor, with one of hundreds of online video tutorials available free at www.inventorcam.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In this session, we'll be showing you some tips and tricks on how to work in iMachining when using your channels. If we take a look at the part that we have on our screen, you'll see that we have this block over here, which actually has a surface on both sides, on this side as well as on the flip side over here. Both of these surfaces I want to have machined, and you can see the stock around it. Now, in essence, it really looks like it's the exact same geometry, and it really is the exact same geometry on both sides. Now, let's go into our first operation that I've created over here. And let's just take a look at what we've done. We chose our geometry as shown over here with these boundaries over here, leaving these sides as open edges. We'll be using a 10mm end mill and going down to this level over there. Now, in our technology, in this particular case, we'll be going down one step, 21mm in one shot, and working at a machining level of 6. Let's take a look at our simulation, and we'll look at our solid verify simulation. We'll start running this simulation, and you'll see that it's creating a channel across the bottom over here, allowing it then to be able to do a spiral cut around over here. As we continue, you see now it's working with a spiral cut around over here, and this is actually very good for this particular part. Note that it has a lot of support in the back over here, and it has all the support from down here with this thickness over here cutting the part. Now, when we do it on the flip side, we run into a little bit of a problem. If I were to open up the operation, you'll see that geometry is the exact same geometry. We'll be using the exact same tool. Levels, the exact same thing over there as well. And the technology wizard is also the exact same. If we run our simulation now using Solid Verify, and I'll start exactly what I've done before, and I'll stop it right now as we get to the edge. You'll note that when it breaks through over here, we have a very, very thin floor that we're working on. And when we have something like this now, there's very little support on that floor itself, and you'll run into the problem of this floor vibrating a lot. And this can be actually not healthy for the tool and for the part itself. So in this particular case, when I'm working on the flip side, I'd like to actually work around the part and do away with this channel so we don't have this problem of a thin floor over here. The way that this is done is very simple. If I go into my technology field, we have the option of channels here on top. All I have to do is turn off the island moding. By doing that, it will not create the channel around the part. If we run a simulation now, again, using Solid Verify, and I'll run this slowly now, you'll see that this time it's not creating that channel as it did before, but instead it's working around the part in a trochoidal spiral fashion, doing a spiral cut on here up until this point, and then going back to the beginning. So this part over here always has a support from the back over here, which will prevent the part from vibrating a lot. If I continue now with the part, you'll see that it continues on, and at every point, I'll stop it again over here, you'll see that it still has support from the back over there, and this way this part can now be done without worrying about the floor vibrating because it has no support on it.
For more InventorCam Professor tutorials, please go to our website www.inventorcam.com and look under the tab called InventorCam Professor. Thank you for joining us on InventorCam Professor. Take care and have a nice day.